Hey, good Friday morning. I've got a July the 11th, 2025 Ken R Zone here in Vista, California. Baseball players, 300 or better career batting average. I'm curious. Matty Alou. Have you heard of him? I have. He played from 1960 to 1974. I remember as a kid, I watched the game of the week on Saturday. Once in a while, the Giants and the Pirates were playing the Saturday afternoon game. Matty Alou played for the Giants and the Pirates in the 1960s and the 1970s. He caught my attention, I remember. Did you know he was just 5'9", 160 pounds? Curious player. And his career had potential. But something happened along the way. I don't know. Let's look at his career. 21 years old in 1960, gets into 4 games. Bats .333. His second year, 81 games. Got 62 hits. Bats .310. His third year, 78 games. So he's not playing the full season yet. 3 years in a league. Half the season. 57 hits, bats .292. For some odd reason, 1963, 63 games. He only got 11 hits. I don't know if he got hurt, injured, or whatever. His batting average was 145. So his first 4 years, very slow start, Matty Alou. His fifth year, 110 games. Okay, first time over 100. Gets 66 hits, .264 average. His sixth year, 117 games, 75 hits, bats .231. Very strange 6 years. He's young. He started his career as 21, and after 6 years, not much to show. He did have a couple 300 batting average seasons, but it wasn't a full season playing. He got into 100-plus games 2 years in a row, and his batting average is at very low, under 300, .264 and .231. But something happened in his 7th year. The team, he's playing for the Pittsburgh Pirates. He plays 141 games. So now we can get a taste. What can Matty Alou do in almost a full season of playing games? He gets 535 at-bats. Scores 86 runs. 183 hits. So he breaks out. It took him 7 years, but he breaks out 183 hits. Not a slugger, not a power guy, but he wins the batting title. 342 average. How about that? His first 6 years, kind of a dud. But his 7th year, he gets 183 hits and wins the batting title. Take note, right? I like it. Out of nowhere, Matty Alou, 342 average. Can he keep the string going? So in 1967, Pittsburgh Pirates, 550 at-bats. Good. Back-to-back years, 500 at-bats. 87 runs scored. 186 hits. Back-to-back 180 plus. He bats 338. So Matty's on a roll. 1968, another 558 at bats, 185 hits, 3 straight years, 180. So Matty Alou has figured it out. He can hit. Bats 332. How about the last 3 seasons? 342, 338, 332. Not bad. But listen to this. In 1969, he's 30 years old. Prime, right? Listen to these numbers. 162 games, plays every day, gets 698 at bats. Whoa! Scores 105 runs, first time over 100. Listen to this number. 231 hits. Whoa! Top 20 all time as far as hits in a season. 231, 41 doubles, bats 331. Doesn't win the batting title. But 4 straight years over 330 batting. 1970 comes back after that 231 hit season. He gets 97 runs scored and gets 201 hits. Back-to-back 200 hit seasons. I like it. But he bats 297. When was the last time someone got 200 hits in a season and failed to hit 300? Very rare. How do you do that? Matty, how did you do that? Well, he got 677 at bats, struck out 18 times, so he's putting the ball in play. He must have had a lot of putouts. 201 hits, and you bat 297. Is that a record? I don't know. I'd have to look that one up. How many guys get 200 hits in a season and fail to hit 300? That would be a good research project. I don't know. I don't think there's more than 10 guys that have done that. Matty, what happened? You got to bat 300 if you get 200 hits. 1971, playing almost every day, he gets 192 hits and bats 315. So listen to this stretch, the last 6 years for Matty Alou. Remember his first 6 years? Flat. How about this next 6 years? 183 hits, 186, 185, 231, 201, and 192. Nice. I like consistency as far as hits in a season. That's 315. So I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. His 7th season, 300 or better. Played 15 years. 1972. 161 hits, 307. His 8th season, 300 or better. 1973, 150 hits, bats 295. And 1974 will be his last season, 48 games, 198 average. So Matty, 8 seasons out of 15, 300 or better. He's got a batting title. And he had 4 seasons over 330 batting average. He had a nice, I'd say 7-year stretch. The first 6, a little off. Then right in the middle, 7 years, good production. And then the last, I'd say 3 years, fell off. So let's look at Matty Alou's career. 15 years, 1,667 games, 5,789 at bats. He scored 780 runs. Should have been more. He only had one 100-run scored season. This is a guy that had 500 at bats 7 times. And some of those seasons, he had 600 or more at bats. You get that many at bats, you need to score 100 runs. He failed in that category, runs scored. Only one time over 100. He did have one season, 90 plus. 1,777 hits. I think Matty Alou had the potential to get to 2,500 hits. The problem he had was his first 6 years was way too slow. And then his last 3 years, he kind of fell off. Right in the middle of his career was his prime. And he did perform. He did produce. But out of 15 years, you can credit about 6.5, 7 solid. 236 career doubles, 50 triples, 31 homers. Never had double digits in homers, so he's not a home run guy. Also, he's not an RBI guy. 427 career RBIs. In 15 years, that's a little embarrassing, wouldn't you think? You play 15 years, you at least got up to about 1,000 RBIs. Depends on where you're batting in the lineup, right? Leadoff or second. I like this stat, 377 career strikeouts in over 5,700 at-bats. Good ratio there of fewer strikeouts per at-bat. 307 career batting average. I like that. That's good to have on your resume. I'm a career 300-plus batting average guy. 345 on-base career. That's poor. He never got 400 or better on base in a season, 40% of the time. In 15 years, this is a guy, 500 at bats, 600 at bats. You need to get on the base 40% of the time, on base percentage. So he fell short there. He's not a slugger. He had 2,200 total bases. Never had 300 total bases in a season. He did have one that was pretty good, 287 total bases. What do you think of Matty Alou? Potential. He could have had 2,500 hits if he had started his career a little better. Got off to a real slow start, got going in the middle of his career, and then fell off. Interesting guy, right? Matty Alou. But the one thing I like about him, 307 career batting average, and back-to-back 200 hit seasons, and he threw in a batting title, 342 average. He had some 330 batting average seasons. He had 3 others, 330 or better. All right, we're done with Matty Alou. Who's next? I don't know if you know this. There are certain players in baseball history that are really good hitters, and yet they have no notice in baseball history. Very obscure references to certain players in baseball history. One of these guys, have you heard of this guy? Jack Tobin. Tobin. Have you heard of this guy? 309 career batting average. Didn't play enough, 1,600 games. But this guy could hit, and I'll point it out in the next video. And we'll cover his career. I want to point out some things about Jack Tobin that you may not be aware of. Now, I wasn't even aware of it until I looked at his baseball reference stats. This guy was unique. We'll get into him next. I'm out.